Betcha.
Hey everybody, this is Saigon.
Hello?
We are going to attempt doing a joint Let's Play of Secret of Mana. After, how long have we been on this call? It's taken us
47 minutes.
Almost an hour to get set up for netplay.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult because we had to get programs, we had to get the right link. It's all technical, but long story short, we got the same ROM, the same program, the same version of the emulator, which was a total pain in the ass. And now we've got Saigon, who is hosting Secret of Mana. Using the power of mana, civilization had grown strong. In time, mana was used to create the ultimate weapon, the Mana Fortress. It looks kind of like Chrono Trigger's Dark Fortress, the Black Omen.
It really does. And
This angered the gods. They sent their beasts to destroy the fortress. Yes, the mana beasts.
it's so easy to pick out Squaresoft
Oh yes.
RPGs on the Super Nintendo.
Yes, because they all have this atmosphere you just can't deny. You guys at home who are following along, you're probably familiar with this game by now. And if you're not, just read the text as we're talking, so you're good.
This is one of the must-play RPGs from the Super Nintendo era. Secret of Mana to us, Saiken Densetsu 2 in Japan.
And look at this, like for the time, this was like the shit.
This was mind-blowing the first time I saw it. Like, holy crap!
Now we have his friends, and he's all upset. Elliot.
Friggin' Elliot.
And Timothy. Timothy's the one with the cone cap on his head. And they're basically talking about that there's supposed to be some treasure near the village, that the village elder has forbade them to go explore.
And Sai has just miserable balance.
Yeah, and those guys are so panicky they run back. like good, nice friends, right? And watch this, face plant, right in the water.
Totally fine.
And he's awesomely fine. He's just perfect.
Alright, so what's the run button? I don't remember. There it is.
If you hold the button down, it's run.
Yeah, I found it.
You can't go to the left or the right in the water, so really there's only one direction to go.
Sai. Question marks.
Yeah. And Saigon is like, there's the sword. There's a sword right there. He's got to find a way to cut through the weeds. So the game is telling him, you're screwed unless you can cut those.
I know I have to cut through the weeds. Keep going this way.
Yeah, and then you see a sword there, so you're like, well, I'm gonna grab that, because that's a sword. Sai, remove the sword. Huh? Who are you?
I don't sound like that.
No, you don't. He hi-yats and pulls the sword out. I can't see! I'm blind! No! So now he's blind. So this entity asked him, and like you have this picture of this astral form who looks like Gemma from Final Fantasy Adventure for Game Boy.
Well, you know what the reason for that is, right?
Because it's the same company.
It's not just that. Final Fantasy Adventure on the Game Boy is Saiken Densetsu 1. It came before this game. They're the same game.
You are so correct. This is actually part 2 of that game.
Yep.
And I had Final Fantasy Adventure, so now you have a sword. And this is basically part 2 of that game.
And so for those of you who have not played this, it might look a little bit like Zelda. That gauge at the bottom, every time I attack, if you can just mash on the button, but you see my gauge never fills up, that's the attack power of the weapon. So say I attack for, that's 10 damage. If I just spam it over and over again, I'm only going to be doing like 1 damage each time. Yeah. You want to let your gauge fill back up. So there's a bit
Even if
more
your
stress.
gauge is like 95%, it's still like 1 damage.
Yeah.
You have to let it full before you get either. It's like 1 or nothing. Like all or nothing. So, so you get max damage or you get minimum damage. There's really no in between there.
Yep. And then there's as you use weapons, you gain experience with them, and you'll gain special attacks where you can charge them.
Chest! Perfect!
Shake, 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 smash.
Candy! Candy was in Final Fantasy Adventure. It was the first item you found when you killed Rabbites.
This one also introduced, where is it? There it is.
The best menu system ever.
Yeah. You can cycle through the menu system using up and down to see both your weapons, which you can change on the fly. There's how many weapons in this game?
Yeah.
There's a stupid number of weapons in this game.
8 weapons.
8 weapons?
Yeah.
And then you've got your healing items. You've got your menus here, which range from, the standard
configuration to equip, and then stats. Stats is just there to look at your stats, and act is when you're relying on the AI to control a character for you.
Yeah, and you can actually configure the AI to behave the way that you want it to.
More or less. You can configure it to be more cowardly, more aggressive, things like that.
And later on, we'll also get magic. Oh, yep, see, that only did 2 damage.
Yeah, and now it's 18. There's not really a set formula on exactly how much damage you'll do. At least I don't know of any, but it's always wise to attack after the little beep. Oh, did you see how he flipped backwards with the Rabbite? Because if you attack right after the enemy does, there's a chance you'll actually dodge their attacks. I don't know the mechanics on how to actually do that, but you'll see it once in a while. So, Secret of Mana introduced that. Sort of dodge mechanic. But you don't really kind of know how you... Oh, Candy! It's gonna be Candy because it's a Rabbite. You're not gonna get fair...
Oh, got gold.
I am so wrong. Okay, $4.
Through the bushes.
Oh yeah, if your swing is between enemies, as you just saw, you can actually attack more than one at a time. So, this system right here is a system that many gamers fell in love with after this game. And keep in mind that there was a Game Boy version, Final Fantasy Adventure. But I owned the game, but I actually don't know many others who actually did. So if you didn't own that game, you weren't familiar with the system. So you play this, it felt really fresh to you. So you're going around, you swing these Rabbites with a sword, and this is real time. So can you imagine what Dragon Quest would have been like if they had used this engine?
I would love to see a Dragon Quest game, like a ROM hack of this, but with Dragon Quest characters. Like, just replace the Rabbites with slimes.
Yeah. Now, I don't just want a reskin of this game. Oh, there. Zai's weapon skill up. Reaches level.
I know a new skill? Let's see. Yep, okay.
It's level 1.
So I can charge up to a level 1 skill, and then when I release it,
boom,
I'll do special attacks. And you'll gain different special attacks based on how long you let your weapon charge.
And based on which weapon you charge up. So this game, I have always pined and longed for a Dragon Quest game to use this engine, because this was the engine that most gamers just loved. And if you've ever played, let's say, Secret of Mana, there were some remakes on some consoles, but they were not like this. Like the DS version. Secret of Mana.
Yeah, very, very different game. Same goes for...
It's called. As a matter of fact, Legend of Mana is actually a remake of Final Fantasy Adventure, because Legend of Mana goes back to the roots of the story.
Oh, no, that's Sword of Mana on the Game Boy Advance.
Sorry, thank you. Sword of Mana. Legend of Mana is another make of this version, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I'm not sure.
It did, but I can't remember exactly what it did. But you had Legend of Mana. Oh, chest. Legend of Mana, which was not Final Fantasy Adventure remake, but then you had Sword of Mana, which was Adventure remake, because that was the prologue to this game. But it used this engine, better graphics, etc., etc. If any of you have not played Final Fantasy Adventure for Game Boy, the original Game Boy, by the way, I recommend you get it, because It really is this system, just a few minor differences. You don't get weapon skills like level 1 through 8. But you get the whole chest drop system. Oh, did you see how the number is 56 was actually fatter than normal?
Yeah,
That's
critical
because
hit.
that was a crit.
I'm gonna get destroyed by this boss. I swear, this is one of the 2 toughest bosses in the game.
Because you're level 1 or 2. Now, you can go back and grind for a few levels and it's a lot easier. But if you want to use your money now, go to the shop before you actually talk to that guy, Gemma.
There it is.
Go to the shop and buy some stuff, like a couple candies or whatever.
I think I'm gonna just stock up on candy.
You
So
got
I can
46
get through
bucks.
this.
You
Or
can buy a bandana if you want for more defense, or some armor, some overalls.
I'm getting out of clothes.
I think overalls are like 50 bucks.
Are they? Can I afford them? Oh,
20. Oh, get some overalls.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what's funny is the shopkeepers always dance like that. And there's like a desert town later where the guy goes, "Our wells have run dry," but he's dancing. I'm like,
Oh, I already had overalls.
no, you want them because the next character you get can equip them.
Will she not have any gear when we get her?
I don't think so.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I played this, and this is another RPG from that age that I'm totally guilty of not finishing.
I finished it. I really did. I found the ending.
I got as far as that horribly difficult Mana Serpent
Oh.
after you get the dragon that lets you fly. And
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Mana Serpent that guards the Tree of Mana, that thing rocked my world for a week straight, and I gave up.
Well, if we do more of these episodes, oh, there it is. There's Elliot and what's his name?
Well, we'll definitely finish it if we're playing together.
Yeah, if we're playing together, we're gonna do this till the end.
And should a friend of mine, the guy that I do the Diablo Let's Plays with,
Oh yeah,
Ray,
I'll watch those with you.
if we can
Not
get
with you.
this working 3 players and he gets a better microphone, we can totally bring him in and we can do this 3-player because this was
Yeah.
one of the games that worked with the multicap.
Yes, it did. So now we have Timothy, the conehead guy, and Elliot, the fat kid. They're gonna blame you for the misfortune. They will not stick up for you. These are not your friends.
They don't even try to cover it up. They're like, did you find the treasure?
Yeah, they have no tact whatsoever. Your friends, quote unquote, suck. You know, and you were okay. Let's keep in mind you were raised in this village, okay? So everyone knows you. You're basically the elder son. So how he turns on you so quickly is mind-boggling.
Because you're totally
Yeah.
adopted.
Yeah, now you're an outcast. You did it, smack. You know, it's like, wait a minute.
Stop
Okay, I
chasing
don't
me!
care how much you hate someone. You don't turn on them in 2 seconds like that. You know, it's just.
I'm so not keen about this.
There's Gemma. There
Gemma, help!
he comes out.
Gemma's such a badass.
Oh, the monster!
God.
And look how much of a wuss he is.
Watch how the monster moves.
No, don't die here. You actually, it's like, you don't actually have to die here if you're savvy enough. Now,
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
the one controlling
This guy.
it, Saigon is. So if he dies, it's on him.
Get up.
You're unconscious. There you go. Okay, now smack. Don't try and charge up. Just attack.
Just go for the basic attacks.
Yeah,
and then
go for
avoid him.
basics at 100%.
Okay. Holy crap, no!
Use an herb. Use an herb.
I can't, I'm unconscious.
You're dead.
He killed me.
Don't worry, Gemma will save you.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll help you. Clear your mind. Wait. See, you actually can't die here. The game is scripted, but you actually get a better reward, I think, if you don't ever die.
I can't move. I'm stuck in the
I know.
freaking
He has a
corner.
habit of knocking you unconscious, and then after that, you're just on the floor. Here's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, he's. Oh, now you're unconscious, and he's gonna smack you. But
I'll do this.
if you want to survive the first encounter with this, actually, what you should do is level up in the fields for like 3 levels, and then come back. Now you wouldn't know that your first playthrough, but your second playthrough, you'd want to level up a little bit. So. Oh, when he does that swing,
Mhm.
and that siphon blade is coming at you, that's when you heal yourself, because healing takes precedence over damaging attacks in this game. Right here, stop. Now
Well,
use
there's
it.
not enough reason for me to heal
Just
right
use it. Just use it. Watch.
All
It
right.
will not hit you. See?
Holy crap. How have I never noticed that?
Healing items take precedence over every attack in the game. My friends and I figured that out a long time ago.
How did I make it so far through this game without ever knowing that?
So when you see an attack coming at you, heal item. Doesn't matter what it is. And you will survive. Because your healing item will heal you and it'll negate any attack on you. In fact, it's one of the best ways to beat the mana beast at the end of the game.
Oh, that's right, the orbs. You can use the orbs later in the game to make your weapons more powerful.
But not right now.
No, not until we meet the dwarfs. It's
Watts.
the dwarfs, right? Yeah, Watts.
He was in Final Fantasy Adventure. Okay, Elliot runs off like a little pussy, and I talk to Gemma. Gemma tells you basically the backstory of the game in this text right here. He's telling you basically you're the hero because you pulled the sword out. And only the sword can be pulled out by the hero in times of badness. So the fact that it could be pulled out by a mere boy means that the world must be pretty much in the crapper.
Shit suck.
Yeah. Oh, the Elder wants to see you now.
Of course he does.
See, his name is Gemma here. It was Gemma in Final Fantasy Adventure, now it's Gemma here. But it's the same guy.
Those darn translators can't come up with anything.
I know. Basically, this is like... I love the chicks who have the ponytails like that, because... And then the chicks who are jesters, because it just reminds me of a goof-off for some reason.
The gadabouts.
Yes. You guys can read the text if you want. I'm sure Saigon has given you an ample time. Him and I both have played this game so much that we kind of know what's happening here. So, look, now they're going to push you out. Now you're an outcast because you saved the village from a monster, but a monster that you unleashed by pulling the mana sword out, and they're going to blame you for everything. They're not going to blame your friends who coerced you into going out there.
Bye.
That girl
Never gonna see
means
you
nothing. Yeah, in the game. Just going out, bye.
Shake.
You get $50. Now you can buy a bandana.
I'm wondering if I already have one, actually.
No, you don't.
No,
you don't.
Okay, just the overalls.
Just the overalls. No, I know you bought some, but I think they'll be okay. I really do. I think you'll be fine with those. Talk to him again. He'll be like, I raised you, but all the villagers want you gone, so I can't deny them because they'll make me not elder anymore, and I like my position of authority, so go away.
Can the position of an elder be usurped?
I think so, by a younger elder. Yes. So I think that's what he's afraid of. That his position will be usurped, so he's pushing you out to appease the people.
And here he is, just giving him backstory on how you were adopted, and mother dropped you off here.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye,
Correct.
Mr. Elder.
But you can shop before you leave because the elder commands it. So you actually can go to the shop and buy a bandana.
Let's go do that right now.
Yeah.
That's
The guy will
shop.
say, "Oh, well,
Okay.
the elder said you can shop." Watch. He'll talk to him and see. I'm only selling you stuff because the elder ordered it.
What a jerk.
Douchebag. A total douche. The cups revive you if you're dead, but that's not important until you get to the chick. So,
Yeah, and then
bandana, you're fine. You could think ahead and probably buy a second one for her, but I don't know if that's wise or not. But it might be.
wait. We'll have plenty of time to pick up another one for her.
You're probably right. After you equip armor, now equip your bandana.
I like
See,
how he's totally being a jerk, and at the same time he's like, here, you need to make sure that you equip it.
Yeah, he's an asshole to you, but at the same time he's like, well, I don't really want to be an asshole, but I have to be. So now you cannot re-enter this village at all when you leave.
Yep.
This village is now isolated the rest of the game from you. You can come back here at the end of the game and they still won't let you in.
This dude stands here the entire course of the game. His entire purpose in life has now become, don't let Sai into the village.
Yeah. It's okay. Now what you have to do here is just grind up. I mean, that's all I can say.
A good portion of the game without grinding. It's not until like, what is it, Demon Wall? That first wall boss is such a pain.
You can actually read that sign if you want.
Oh,
This is the cannon.
Yeah,
She
cannon
could
trouble.
here right now. Actually, if you talk to him now, I think he says the cannon's out of order. So go to him right now and see if he says that.
Probably. There's not really anywhere that he could send us to.
There's nowhere else to go. Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm building a network.
Oh, okay. That's right. We do need to go to the water palace. That's
Oh.
what Gemma told us.
That's right, but you can actually walk there slowly. You don't have to take this. But this is a shortcut in case you don't feel like walking. But in case you guys are wondering, yes, you actually can walk all the way here. And it's probably better for EXP if you do. Oh, prologue. The
It's
rest of the
Dialect,
game.
right?
What?
This guy. Dialect?
I
name?
don't remember his name.
Okay.
But he becomes important later. You find him like 2 more times,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, that's what he was doing. You know, there's Gemma. I was waiting for you.
And we're just here to learn more about the Mana Sword and what has happened to it.
This whole visit is more plot exposition, so...
There's this switch.
Okay, you have to push that switch to drop the bridge. So does that mean the chicken here is like isolated forever unless someone comes to visit her?
I think she is. The funny
It's
thing
like
about
two-
this switch is, like, if you misposition yourself when stepping on it, you can totally accidentally switch it off again.
Yeah.
And that's
So how did he get up there?
I don't know. The switch is broken. He jumped. I'm saying he jumped.
He's got a gigantic leap. Yeah. And she is hot, but she's old.
What's up, Luca?
Yeah, Luca is really old, but she's really hot. So
He has
she's got red eyes though.
exact same surprised expression as Chrono.
Yes.
Chrono Trigger.
Yes, indeed. Look at his hair. He even has the same hair as Chrono Trigger.
Was this another one that was animated by, or drawn by Akira Toriyama?
Oh god, that's a good question. I think it might be because the art style looks too much like Chrono Trigger to deny. This game actually predates Chrono Trigger, so any guys wondering, this game came out first.
That's right. This game was actually originally planned to be Final Fantasy V or VI, but it was so different. It was such a departure from the series and too similar to Saigon Densetsu.
No turn-based attacks, etc., etc.
Yeah, it was so similar to Saigon Densetsu. They're like, let's just freaking make it Saigon Densetsu 2 instead of making it Final Fantasy V.
And we got the translation of Secret of Mana on our side. But people like me who actually had Final Fantasy Adventure saw the link between these two games.
Although it must have been confusing.
It was. I was a kid. I was 12, 13 years old, and I'm like, wait a minute, these games are definitely sister games.
Yeah.
I just couldn't put my finger on how they related because, don't forget, in 1992, there was no internet, so you didn't know these things.
I had a similar issue with Final Fantasy 1. After playing Dragon Warrior, I didn't get Dragon Warrior 2 through 4 as a child.
Oh.
I had Final Fantasy instead, so I played Dragon Warrior, and then I played Final Fantasy. And in the elf town of Final Fantasy, before you go and fight Astos, the Dark Elf, one of the graves says, "Here lies Erdrick."
That was an American translation. It actually says, "Here lies Loto" from the Japanese translation.
And it was so confusing to me, because I was like, is Final Fantasy a sequel to Dragon Warrior?
I thought that too, and then I realized many years later it was just a reference. It was just an homage. That's all it was.
Yep.
It had no relation, but it was still fun to search that grave and see Erdrick, and it had the years of his birth and death on it.
Did you play any of the remakes of Final Fantasy?
I did. I played Final Fantasy Origins, the remake.
Did you check the grave again?
It says Loto, I think.
It says Link.
Oh, you're right. Oh, you are totally right. I forgot all about that. Yes, it says Link. And because they thought that Erdrick was too convoluted, so they changed it to something that people would recognize.
Mm-hmm.
But Erdrick makes more sense to me because I grew up with Dragon Warrior 1, the line of Erdrick, and then 3. I didn't play 2 till much later.
Yeah.
2 was actually the hardest of the trilogy, by the way, guys.
Roan. Freaking Roan.
The Road to Roan. Oh, yeah. And like you're going through the text of Secret of Mana as we're talking about directly.
Like, wait, what's going on? We need to stop the Empire from awakening the power of mana or something.
Yeah, that's the plot.
Doors.
The plot could not be simpler in this game. Honestly, guys, the plot is extremely simple. In fact, if they didn't give you the illusion of choice, the map is actually pretty linear. Now, what I mean by the illusion of choice is that you think you can go anywhere you want, but like Metroid, they block off certain sections until you have certain items. So, it's still linear, you know. So he's asking what he should do after he gets the whole exposition. It doesn't matter what you say here. There's no relevance in the entire game. I think they missed a good opportunity here to give you like a rare item or something. Okay, every time you touch your weapon to a walnut here, you actually get power. It's a seed.
Yeah, you need to travel around the world to seal the mana seeds with the mana sword to get the power back.
Because pulling the mana sword out of the stone, which is the sword in the stone legend, has weakened the mana seal for the dark guy. And to reseal him, you have to reseal all of these seeds. That's the whole plot.
There's the spear.
She gives you a second weapon, a spear. The spear is actually a pretty decent weapon. It's actually more useful than it was in Secret of Evermore, because this has more of a lunge attack, and Secret of Evermore is more of a direct attack with the spear. Yeah, save. Give it a hard save.
Definitely save.
Yeah. Hard saves never hurt, because if we get cut off, we can go back.
Yep. Yep. Reach guys novel.
Go through the realm of Pandora.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
And look, now she's like blocked off. Now you can block her off totally, but there's no real reason.
No leaving.
Yeah, you will not leave here, lady.
Don't we wind up fighting a boss in this pool later on?
Oh. I don't remember. It's been a very long time. I don't think so, though. But I think there's a temple like this where you have to.
Oh, okay, that's right. It's a different temple, and you fight a... I want to say it's one of the snakes.
Oh, God, I know this game, but to ask me what individual bosses are is like, oh, God, you're wrecking my brain.
Testing your knowledge.
Yeah. Now there's a path to go to here. He would have actually come this way had he not taken the cannon. However, now that he has gone to her and got the spear, I think the spear is the weapon you need to progress, because I think there's like some area you can't get to without it or something.
It's not the spear. Later on, shortly after getting the girl, we'll get the whip. And we need the whip to get through the forest.
The whip is essential. Matter of fact, the whip is used all through the game.
Nico!
Nico. Okay, in Japanese culture, a Nico Mimi means cat girl or cat boy. It means half cat, half human. So Nico is an abbreviation of Nico Mimi. There's Nico. See, it's a cat. It's an anthropomorphic cat. Nico is everywhere in the game. Nico seems to get there before you get there.
Yeah, and
Nico also has exuberant prices. Nico charges more than regular shops do for items.
But he does show up everywhere.
Yes, Nico has all the items for the area, and sometimes Nico is the only way to get certain items. Okay? So, like the Rabbite cap right now, and the ribbon, if you grind it for gold, you should buy them here.
I can't even equip that, though.
Yeah.
I can't grab the wrist. Oh,
you can grab the wrist or the Rabbite hat. You could grab one of those two. I would suggest the Rabbite hat, probably. Because I think the girl can equip the bandana, and you'll have the hat.
The girl can equip the hair ribbon.
She can have the ribbon, but only she can have it.
Yeah, and then the Rabbite cap can be used by the sprite in the girl. No, the main character can't use it. His face would appear up there, like it does right here with the wristband.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's no face on it. Yeah.
So I'm thinking either wristband, or we can look ahead to the girl and get the ribbon.
Since she has overalls, if you give her the ribbon, it might be better, but I don't really know for sure. I'd say ribbon, but anyway, you don't have to get it. You don't have to actually.
I'm thinking wait. Plus, we're going to be to the doors soon, and they might have something cheaper anyway. You can also stay here as an inn and save the game.
Yeah. So now we have to. So Nico is a direct homage to Nico Mimi, which means cat girl or cat boy, in Japanese culture. So there you go. Nico is an anthropomorphic cat, basically a furry. Nico's a furry.
Ew.
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 Okay, the hawk lady you just fought in Sage Advice was a furry. Okay.
I don't think she was a. I don't know what
She was
Lars the Nostrous
anthropomorphic
is.
Hawk.
Which, by the way, I spent like 10 minutes before doing that video practicing how to say Lars the Nostrous.
Yeah. She's a furry because she's anthropomorphic, she's animal-like, she's not human. That's a furry.
She seems more. Oh, I walked right.
Oh,
into
unconscious with mushrooms.
that. Eat these things.
You know, actually, mushrooms can knock you out if you eat magic mushrooms, so...
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't either. Be quiet. Shut up.
Man,
Level
you
3.
points.
If you grind it to level 5, that first boss we fought would have been a lot easier.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I love what's coming up because, the goblins.
Yeah.
It's the only time in the game you actually go to the goblin tribe. You have to go to Pandora to the south.
Yep.
You can go to Photos if you want, but it's just basically more of the same items to buy. Photos only offers a place to save and some items to buy, but it really is not essential right now to go there. It's funny when you have hindsight in this game because you kind of know what to do. Oh, yeah. The roses can kick your ass right now.
Yeah, it's. They offer that kind of surprise enemy placement because they look like just regular flowers. I mean, once you've played the game for like half an hour, you'll recognize them. I just don't.
But it takes a little bit to recognize them, yeah, especially when you haven't played the game in a while. It's like, yeah. For those of you watching at home, we really hope to do more of this. Oh, there's that little springy thing up there,
Yeah,
but you don't have
they'll
to
bounce you up to the next level, but we were just up there, so.
That's a training mechanism to let you know what they do. If you go there now, it's a big loop around, so there's no point to go to it right now. But it is a shortcut on the way back if you're ever in this area again. The thing is that you really have no need to come here again after this part of the game.
I think if you skip canon travel, you'll come back here for your friends. But yeah, there's not really any reason to come back here.
There's the roads. Yeah, this particular part, this map right here. Now, Gaia's Navel you can repeat like several times, but here this is like sort of like a once in a game time event. Because these mushrooms, and these mushrooms are actually they're called truffles actually in this game because there's a whole village of them later.
There's also Moogles from Final Fantasy.
Yes, Final Fantasy Adventure had the Moogle stat where if you got hit while you were Moogled, you die in like 2 hits.
Yeah.
But Moogles are in this game too, but it's a stat alignment. It's not really a Moogle. There are Moogles in this game, which is a link to Final Fantasy. Definitely. People might not actually get that reference because Moogles and Chocobos are a reference, but they're like in passing. In this game, there's no Chocobo reference, but there is a Moogle reference.
There was the Chocobo in Final Fantasy Adventure, though, wasn't there?
In Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, if you jump on the roof and check the weather vanes, it always would go, what the, a Chocobo? That was the only link in Final Fantasy Mystic Quest to any other Final Fantasy game. In Final Fantasy Adventure, there was a Chocobo,
You got the right.
became a bot when the Doctor mechanicalized his legs.
Okay, so the hair ribbon's much cheaper here.
You're right.
And
Kung Fu suit.
I think that the girl can wear that. So
As you noticed, if you guys are following along at home, Nico charges more for items than other people do.
charges
The benefit
double?
of buying from Nico is that he's convenient. Trust me, later in the game, Nico is very convenient.
Oh man, yeah, there'll be points where you're like, man, I need a fairy walnut bad. Oh,
And he
it's
charged
Nico.
double for it, but he's right there.
I'm thinking now's the time to buy hair ribbon and kung fu suit for the girl.
Sure. If you can afford it, even get a wristband.
Yeah, I can afford all three. So
Yeah.
kung fu
But,
suit and ribbon for the girl, and then a wristband for me.
mm-hmm. Yeah. When you know who's coming, you kind of like want to buy items for everybody.
Might as well stock up on candy.
Some candy. Usually you find a bunch of candy, though, when you kill rabbits and truffles.
And the medical herbs, those get rid of, like, sleep paralysis, right?
Stats.
Okay.
No, it can't get rid of sleep because you're asleep.
Well, somebody else can use the bug.
I played a game one time where there was an item implemented that was a joke. You want to know what the item was? The item was called Scroll. Okay, keep this in mind. Scroll of Cure Blindness. Now, how funny is that? Yeah. For any D&D nerds out there, how the hell... Now, this scroll only works on yourself, okay? So how the hell do you have a scroll of Cure Blindness? You might say, well, if you read it and touch somebody else, it works. No, this was a self item. This was an item that you could only use on yourself. So, I don't need to explain why this is ironic.
It's one of those.
If any viewer out there is thick enough, I'll explain it. I realize. He's in the castle right now because this is part of the game. You have to search around here.
That's right. She was
So
talking about the ruins to the south with the people wearing the strange masks.
Yeah. So as he's getting some plot points and progressing through this area, I'll say that, okay, a scroll has to be an item you read. So how do you read when you're blind? So you can't read the scroll of Cure Blindness to cure your blindness. There, I explained it. Again, people will say, well, it's a scroll to cure other people's blindness. But no. Scrolls in this game were only on the self. So you couldn't use them on other people. So there had been forum posts about it, and eventually it was leaked that, yeah, that item is a practical joke. So if you see a scroll of Cure Blindness, it's a joke. Oh, here it is! Plot point.
There
right
she
here.
is.
Plot point. Look out! She knocks your ass aside, and she runs away.
We'll be joining her shortly.
Actually, find her right now. She's gone.
There was to be an arranged marriage for her.
Yes, because I mean, that's look. He's like your friend Elliot. Don't you love sprite swaps? I love them. She's selfish.
She's selfish because she was raised by a man.
Sexism in this game is rampant. This game is sexist. Oh yes.
That was sexist in both ways.
It was.
Men can't.
I feel offended by that.
Men can't raise a woman.
Like I can't raise a daughter. You know? Like, oh come on.
She's in love with a soldier. Oh, it might possibly be that dialect guy that everybody was talking about, who we may or may have not run into already.
You're terrible. No, you're not terrible. You're incorrigible. Okay. Oh, there's Gemma. So, you know, energy's being drained. Go to the ruins. You gotta love the linear way this game travels. Gemma is just... I'm sorry, not Gemma. Gemma is there to just give you plot points. You know? And forgive me for calling him Gemma, because he was Gemma to me. I played Final Fantasy Adventure religiously well before I played Secret of Mana. So, he's Gemma. You know? He's part of the Knights of Gemma, you know?
Yeah, you were one of the few privy enough to get to play Final Fantasy Adventure before we even got Secret of Mana.
I know! My mother bought it for me for a birthday present one year. And that had got to be the best present I had ever got. I didn't even know it was the best present when I got it. And I still have that game.
The entire reasoning for them changing the name to Final Fantasy Adventure was because Final Fantasy was enjoying a lot of popularity in the US. It did very well.
Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior were different genres. Well, okay, they're in the same genre.
Yeah.
They were different game styles of the same genre, and they were presented to American audiences. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, guys, the American release of Dragon Warrior 1 was actually better than the Japanese Famicom release. Now, usually you think that in American releases they censor stuff, and yes, they do. They censor language and nudity.
Yeah, they censored out any religious...
and any context to religion they censor out. Which is why they like to use the ink instead of the cross. A lot of the times. Now, you can't actually get by those assholes right now.
Nope.
They don't do anything.
We will be back. There's not much to do here.
This is actually a waste of your time at the moment, but you don't know that right now. So yeah, you go there, and you're wondering, what should I do? But it's obvious you can't do much. We have about 10 minutes left for the hour.
No, we're at 40 minutes right now.
Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay, good.
We should be able to get as far as getting... What? No, the castle.
As far as going to Watts? Or, no.
We should be able to get the girl. At which point we'll find out whether or not we've configured this properly for you to play as well instead of just watching.
Yeah, when we get the chick, we'll find out if my controller will work. So, and if it does, fine, because I'm looking forward to actually interacting with the game. But I don't mind. This is a new experience for me, and it might be new for Saigon. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't... Well, Ray and I have done the joint Let's Play for Diablo 3.
Yes, did that.
Which... Diablo is actually set up to be multiplayer over the internet, so...
In fact, it's solidly multiplayer. You can't really avoid it. Yeah.
It took us almost an hour to get set up to play Secret of Mana together over the internet. So far it seems to be working well.
Yeah. Oh, do you know where you're going?
No. You know where I'm going?
I think you're going the wrong way because you're going backwards right now.
So Gemma told me to investigate the ruin. That's where we just were.
Right, he doesn't want you to go to Guy's Navel again. He wants you to go south. Yeah.
There wasn't anywhere south to go.
There's an exit to this village to the south, isn't there? Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay.
See? Derp?
Derp?
Yeah, right there.
I herped what I should have derped.
Exactly.
Okay, that flower right there to the left.
In this game. So, you know, I mean, it's not something new. Those bugs are annoying because they can kill you this early in the game. They're annoying because they poison you.
They also charge you when they run. Oh, and you can't hit them while they're down.
Nope. You gotta wait. Wait, now hit them. Look at I love how the skeleton appears when you kill them.
Okay, and that flower on the left right now, that is an example of...
Okay, use a piece of candy right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you have max candy, and getting any more is worthless, but if you eat one, you're fine.
Okay, so that flower right there is actually an enemy flower.
Yes. You can ignore it, or you can smack
I'm
it.
gonna get the drop on him. Bam!
Smack. Yeah. There you go. Now we're getting close to when you get sucked up into the soup. I know I spoil some plot points, but sorry.
That wasn't much of a spoiler, to be fair. To anybody who's never played the game, they'll be like, what?
You're kind of right, like, what is he talking about? And anyone who has a hint of what I'm talking about is like, oh yeah, right, the soup. Yeah. Yeah. So, at least you have me to help navigate you if you get lost.
And I appreciate it. It's been a while.
Yeah.
This is one of the pride and joys of my Super Nintendo collection.
Oh yes, yes, this cartridge is a rare find. If you can find it on like Amazon Marketplace or eBay, I recommend buying this because this is a very beautiful game. Level 4. Watch Saigon's sage advice. The last episode he uploaded was against the bird chick, who I keep talking was like a furry. She's got this like forest down below. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And you look at it, you're like, you face palm like, okay, who designed this? Who drew this picture? Someone was perverted. Then again, someone had to be perverted to notice. So
Am I going the right way still? I know I need.
you can go this way, I think. You might have to go to the left, but walk around here. It can't hurt.
I don't won't let me progress too much until I get the girl.
Yeah, so if you walk back this way, it's probably a dead end, but I think you have to keep going left, but go this way. This game actually does semi-reward exploration because there are some chests in some areas, but not in this area. This is a very vanilla area. So, oh, candy.
Candy.
Won't fit.
No,
Oh,
remember I used one.
Yeah, so I encourage that. So yeah.
You always want to leave one spot open unless you're heading into like a boss fight or something.
Yeah, because
and will you use items during boss fights in this?
Yes, you will. You don't have to actually kill every enemy, but this early in the game, it gives you the money you kind of need to buy stuff. So, if you guys like this, Secret of Mana, I also want to poke Saigon into doing Secret of Evermore, because I think the second player can control the dog.
Yes, that's correct. Second player can control the dog, and there's also, it's translated now, Secret of Mana 2, Saigon Densetsu 3. We never got it here in the US, but there are translated ROMs of it now.
Oh. So we might be able to do Evermore as well, but it's only 2-player. This game is up to 3, which can be interactive and fun. He can get his buddy who's doing his Diablo 3 to join us.
Yeah, I don't know how many more Diablo 3s we're going to do. I'm really unhappy with the latest patch.
I'm not happy with Diablo 3. I don't want to bash the game, but it's so easy right now. For you guys who like Diablo 3, that's fine. That's fine. Okay? It's not a horrible game. I just don't like it.
Blizzard's handling of it since release has brought down what would otherwise be a solid game.
The DRM of Diablo 3 is really annoying.
The
digital rights management. Yeah, it is so terrible. Candy won't fit. Yep.
I'm pretty much full up though. It'd be silly right away.
I know you have like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, this is good. You're actually pretty close to the stew pot anyway. Okay. So yeah, you're getting close. So we can get there, and that'll be the end of this one. But don't fret, guys. We're gonna do more of these. I hope.
Oh yeah, this will give me plenty of reason to finally finish this wonderful game.
Oh, read that sign.
Goblins?
That's it. Kipo Village. I think.
Are they close by to Kipo?
You can sleep at the inn here, but the other side of this village leads to the goblins.
Go get her then.
Yeah, it's up here. It's up to the right. Yeah, left. I know there is. There's like a. No, I lied.
Nope,
I lied. I totally lied. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Is it the other way? I think this is just a place for you to stop before heading further north.
Yeah, go north. Go north, young man. Oh, the whole "Go North, young man" was actually in the strategy guide of Dragon Quest 1.
Was it?
Yeah, it said "Go North, young man," and it showed him holding a club, bashing a slime. I love the strategy guide.
Okay, this is Gaia's navel. I recognize this layout immediately.
So you have to go south, right? Because you don't want to go back to Gaia's navel because you were just there. You have to go to the goblin.
We're at Gaia's navel right now. Isn't the goblin... Aren't they close to Gaia's navel?
No, I think you have to go south, but... Okay, guys,
we are so lost.
Despite the fact that we're lost, we're getting a lot of EXP and gold, okay? So, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we'll be happy about this, because the bosses in this game are just no joke.
Yeah, they reward you for grinding a little, so, this is Gaia's navel. I don't think we have to go here. I think we should go back south from here.
Okay.
Because if you read the sign, I think it said Gaia's navel was north, so you don't want to go here.
Let me finish off this guy.
Of course. Beat the crap out of him.
Jerk.
Oh, if you guys get launched from a cannon in this game, you can actually hit an enemy and cause damage to him when you land.
That's right. But it's just so rare that it would actually happen.
It happened a lot with me, but read the sign, and they'll go south. I think going south is where you have to do anyway.
Well, there's that fork that we we headed north instead of heading
Yeah, you're right. I think we have to go
west.
back down that way. Mushroom? Did it say mushroom?
Oh,
It said moosh.
I'll stab another one. Let me see.
It didn't say truffle. It said mushy got whacked.
Nothing to say.
It said moosh something. You guys can like rewind this video and look at it. It said moosh something got whacked.
Well, this might
So-
be a translated version of the Japanese game.
Well, it looks okay for now.
Yeah, there's been no weird translation errors.
Uh huh. You can run past him. Oh, there's
Mush boom.
Mushboom. Go south from here. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going to the
Go
left and south.
and west and
Yeah. Go west and
mushroom.
south. I don't mean like all west, but like you have to go south or something.
To the south, right?
Yes. You keep following this area, and
I think
go south. Go.
they're kind of just turned out to be one big path. I think we're back where we were before. Yep.
Oh,
So maybe we do need to go to Gaia's Navel first.
again?
Well, that's where Gemma told us that we needed to go after
Oh, again?
investigating the ruins. I'm
Okay.
just, where the heck is the girl?
I wouldn't be surprised if you stopped recording and then recorded again when we got there, so you could save some screen time.
We could do that, but that would kick me out of the emulator, and I don't remember what the hotkey is to pause the recording.
Oh yeah, well, we have a logistics issue with stopping and starting, so you guys are gonna have to suffer with us being lost for a minute.
The way that
Yeah.
NetPlay works requires our emulators to be synced up with each other.
And if you hit escape to pause, or if you stop recording, it might unsync them.
Yeah. So we can't really...
Actually, your recording was after the fact, so your recording might not unsync us.
Well, I knew the hotkey to start the recording without leaving the program.
Ah, yeah.
Ah,
For reference purposes, did we mention what we're drinking tonight?
no, you go first.
Okay, I'm drinking Cthulhu. I don't expect any of you to know what that is because I invented the word. No, I'm sorry, I didn't invent the word, my friend did. Here's what Cthulhu is. If you had a full bar with 150 different bottles of liquor, okay? Take drops from every one of those bottles and fill a bottle. That's Cthulhu. It is basically a suicide, a soft drink suicide alcohol style. You have to mix no less than about 150 different liquors together to get this. And it actually tastes rather sweet. It tastes like a Jolly Rancher, to be honest. Because when you mix a bunch together, you're mixing a bunch of triple sec and flavored pinnacles and flavored Van Goghs and flavored what's the other vodka? Kettle One is not flavored, but Pinnacle's flavored, and the other vodka's flavored too. Pinnacle and Van Gogh, and the third vodka that's flavored is what?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what.
I'm drawing a blank, but there's Pinnacle, Van Gogh, and another vodka. Get all those together. There's Russian Standard. That's not flavored, but that's Russian Standard. There's part of that in there. And then there's a bunch of vodkas, a bunch of everything. Mix them all together, that's Cthulhu. Mix that with punch, you've got a Cthulhu cocktail. That's what I'm drinking, guys. It's hard to explain. I have a vlog on it. Saigon, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking makgeolli, which is a Korean rice wine. It's very similar to sake. It is very strong, but you wouldn't realize it until actually standing up. It actually goes down very smooth. It's like drinking milk. It's very sweet, very smooth. You have no idea that it's alcoholic until you've had 2 glasses and you try to stand up.
Then you stand up and you're screwed.
Yeah. It's not my preferred unfiltered rice wine. I actually prefer the Japanese ones, but the liquor stores around here seem to have a hard time getting hold of them. So,
Oh, what's that sign say?
Goblin Village, please. Haunted Forest, guys. God
Haunted
dang it.
Forest.
We can't do the Haunted Forest until we have Good.
Yeah, we have to find the goblins before we progress. That's the next plot point in the game. Oh, Lullabud. The roses are called Lullabud. Okay, they got lazy here because he swaps from being right-handed to left-handed depending on which way he's facing.
Yeah, right. I just noticed that.
That's called a sprite swap, and it's a programmer's shortcut when they don't know what to do.
It's not even the programmer, it's the artist. They didn't want to take the time to draw, like, say they originally drew all the sprites for him facing left. Instead of drawing separate sprites for him facing right with having the sword behind him in his left hand, they just mirrored the image, and they did that for every frame of animation.
Face down for a second. Okay, face up. See, he's right-handed.
Yep, he's right-handed here.
Which means he's right-handed. He's only left-handed when he faces left because they sprite swapped him from left to right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually where you should be. That bridge looks familiar.
Well, yeah, I just crossed it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still going further down into Guy's Navel. See, there's one of the entrances.
Oh, well, Guy's Navel's where Watts is, so maybe we should go there.
Yeah. And then, won't we go through, like, a cave behind where we find Watts, and that'll let us out on the other side, or...?
Yes. In Watts Village, there's a cave behind it after a boss fight.
I was really hoping you'd be playing single player by now.
That's okay. Next episode, I'll be the chick. That's cool.
And then, hopefully, Ray gets
the sprite.
Good microphone.
Actually, my favorite character is the sprite in this game.
I love this sprite.
I had the perfect names for the girl and the sprite. Okay, they're not perfect. They're perverted. Okay, they're totally perverted.
That's Sarah.
Like, I call the chick Wet Sex. That's her name, Wet Sex. And I call the sprite Sex Man. So Sex Man and Wet Sex.
Really?
Yeah, that's exactly how I named them when I played this game. Because remember that one scene where that one person thinks they're married and she goes, "Ooh, married to him?" And I'm thinking, well, yeah, Sex Man and Wet Sex. They should be, so they should be married. So the second time I played the game, I named them Wet Sex and Sex Man because of that one cutscene. Where they accuse her of marrying, of being one to marry. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Like, there's this cutscene where, like, the chick and, like, someone says, are you guys gonna get married or something? It's a sprite. It's the little sprite in her. And she's, like, repulsed by the idea. So obviously the girl is pretty shallow. Obviously, she's the daughter of a rich boy.
She's holding out for the hero.
Well, actually,
no, that's right. She's in love with Dyla.
And he's just the son of an elder. Oh, that slime. This part right here is how I use an herb. Use an herb here. Yeah, here.
Okay.
This part is how I grinded my levels up initially because kill that stupid Cobalt thing.
Yeah.
And you can actually keep attacking the slimes, and they'll keep dividing. And if you're good enough, you can get like 5 or 6 levels off of these slimes.
And the slimes each, even though they split up, it's not like they get weaker after they split. They get a full duplicate, and that includes experience point value.
And gold. And every time you kill them, they have a chance of dropping an item. So,
yeah, you
can
just
probably kill these 3 if you try. But if you attack and miss, they divide. See how you divide again? If you don't keep on top of them, or if you milk them, you can actually milk these slimes for all they're worth. And this is a very, very good grinding spot for anyone who's interested in grinding. This is the first point you get to grind. Oh, but if there are 3 on screen, they can't duplicate into 4. So 3 is the max.
Thankfully.
I don't expect Saigon to actually continue to grind these things, but I will say that this is actually a very, very good spot to grind.
I'm kind of hoping that I would kill them, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Spear's probably a better weapon for them.
He doesn't have any levels on the spear. I suspect he'd actually.
Yeah, but you only have the first level on the sword, so.
Still more than what I have on the spear. Ow! Boomerang!
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I usually hook up the sprite with the boomerang and the girl with it.
The sprite with the boomerang is a really good option, by the way. Yeah. I find the worst weapon to try and build up is the glove.
Oh, but it's so cool once it's leveled up. It has some of the best looking specials.
I know, but it's so difficult, in my opinion, to level up. Because you have to get in melee range closer than the sword.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to level up, but man, is it worth it. No, 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 not
See,
balloon,
okay.
damn it.
Oh, balloon. Oh, gosh, balloon.
You paralyzed me for like 15 seconds.
Yes, balloon is basically a paralyzed spell.
There's not much
For any
you
of you
can
not
do about it.
Are we an hour in yet?
Yeah, we're at an hour, so we'll go ahead and stop at the next save point.
Yeah, forgive us for going a couple minutes over, but we want to get to the Dwarven Village, which is right inside here, about 5 minutes in. So, bear with us on that one. This is actually fun. Even though I'm not playing yet, I actually like this.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, you just have to go in a couple more areas and you got Watts.
And this is one of those, even though like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI had multiplayer options where you could have somebody controlling like, you know, certain individual characters,
Yeah.
with those games, there was always kind of a, well, best option anyways.
I know.
And since they weren't action games, not too much was really gained from having a second player.
No. If you selected Sabin or Edgar to be the second controller, you would be pissed if the second player didn't actually do what you wanted him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you controlled the overworld map, so you controlled where you went. The second option was just so people who were watching you didn't get bored totally, because half the game was random combats. So, oh, level 6. Smack the skull. It goes apeshit, and well, apeshit's not the right word. It goes crappy. Yeah. How do you want to describe that? I don't know. Now the lava's gone because the water has drenched the lava. Oh, by the way, guys, if you rapidly cool magma, you get obsidian, but you also get one side effect of that. If you rapidly cool magma, you get a toxic gas called sulfur.
That is interesting. I did not know that.
So rapidly cooling magma for a while gives you obsidian and sulfur. It's not advisable to actually walk where the lava was after you rapidly cool it. You have to give some time for the sulfur gas to dissipate, because breathing sulfur is not a very good idea.
The more you know.
It's a very, very bad idea. Okay, have you guys ever watched Animaniacs? Animaniacs had It's Now time for another good idea, bad idea.
With Mr. Skullhead.
Yeah. The whole good idea, bad idea thing is the bad idea. Breathing sulfur fumes, you know? You don't want to do that. Ooh, magic rope. You need that. That's crucial. Well, actually, it's not crucial, but it helps you get out of dungeons.
Yeah, it's like the escape rope from Pokemon.
And it's infinite, so you can use it anytime you want, but don't use it now. You'll just have to keep going back.
Yeah, I don't think. Let's skip this.
Unless you save stated, used it, and then restored your save state.
Oh man, not good.
Now you're poisoned.
Get out of here.
Poison does wear off, guys, but you can eliminate it with an herb.
I don't have any herbs left. It's not like it lasted very long.
It's gone. It's gone. I think you're maxed out in candy, so you might want to eat one.
No, I have 3 right now.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
That's a dead end.
Are you sure? Is there anywhere else I can go? Oh.
Go down. Down. Go down.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're very welcome. Kill that Kobold. He looks like a Kobold.
I think he is a Kobold. I don't...
Kobolds are dog people for you non-D&D fans. The dog people bark. In a weird kind of way, they look kind of cute, but they always want to kill you, so they're not cute.
It makes them significantly less cute.
Yeah, if they didn't want to kill you, you probably want to pet them, but since they want to kill you, they're not cute at all. They're annoying. Oh, you need the axe to kill that.
Yeah.
But you run past that slime.
I'm trying to get him out of the way. There we go.
Yeah. It'll be difficult for you to pimp slap him. There you go. You made it.
Get out of the way.
Kill the bat. Kill the bat. Never mind. Never mind.
All
Never
good.
mind.
All good. I just want to get out of here.
I know the time. The time. I know. I know.
That doesn't go away. Okay.
That comes important later, guys. That staircase, and we're almost there. We're almost there.
Is there another skull up there? Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have to hit the skull to activate the stairs.
Yeah, because the skull was smiling at you, and he's so that. Yeah. Nom 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 nom. Candy. Delicious.
What?
You know, the whole nom 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 thing is actually a reference to Cookie Monster.
Oh. That drops down.
Now you can go back. Yep.
Yeah, that music.
This is Watts, guys.
This is the dwarves in general. Need to find them again.
Remember? Lally Ho?
Lally ho! Doesn't
Yes.
one of them say it?
Maybe Watts does, but Lally Ho was from Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah. Yes, we are from the surface. We get the sprite first? I thought we got the girl first.
You know, I thought... No, the sprite you don't get till later. You don't actually get him right now.
Okay, we just meet him. Alright.
It was like, no, wait a minute. You meet him, and then you fight the boss. Yeah.
I just could have sworn that we got the girl first.
Me too.
Right. It should let me save here. And
It will.
We'll call
It will.
it a night.
Yeah. Okay, guys, it's been great. Thanks for viewing.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. We will... I don't know. I think we can probably get one of these done a week.
I think so. I think we can do one of these per week. So this is going to be a slow process, but a steady one.
Yeah, maybe get them. I'll try and get this up by Thursday or Friday. This is Tuesday night. I do have episode 15 of the Dragon Quest III Let's Play going up tomorrow. So
great.
This should be up Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, okay.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.
Later.
And
All right, you got it saved, right?
I'm